The Los Angeles Kings announced on Sunday that former Canadiens GM Marc Bergevin joined the organization as senior advisor to the general manager. They said Marc brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to our hockey operations staff and will be a valuable addition to our group. We look forward to his contributions. And then Bergevin said, I've enjoyed my time away, but I'm excited to join the LA Kings and become an active part of helping the team reach its objectives. I have a great amount of respect for Luc Robitaille, Rob Blake, and the staff they have in place, and it's an honor to provide my input to this highly regarded group. Now, Stephen, what do you take away from the statement where Marc Bergevin says, I've enjoyed my time away, which was all of, somebody did the calculations, and I think they hit 42 days.
I saw 42.
42 days. His time away from hockey, 42 days.
Yeah, well, I think his signing bonus is he gets to get the hell out of Quebec right now, who is even more shut down than we are.
They got a curfew.
Which is, we can have Julian on to talk about that. Anyway. But it's actually, you know what? We got some really good insight on this recently. So what is his specific role again? He's a special advisor, or?
Marc Bergevin is senior advisor to the general manager.
Senior advisor to the general manager. So, agent provocateur with Adam Wilde and Alan Walsh. They had, I don't know how many people watching this know this, they had Doug Armstrong on. They had the general manager of Team Canada of the St. Louis Blues. He's a Stanley Cup champion general manager. They had him on, and he told a really funny story where he was on the phone negotiating with Lou Lamoriello, a fairly large trade. Jamie Langenbrunner was involved, Joe Nieuwendyk, Jason Arnott, and I think it was Bob Gainey was the previous GM for the Dallas Stars, but they had him in a consultant role. And basically, Doug Armstrong would be on the phone. Okay, yeah, good. Put his hand over the receiver and go, hey, Bob, how do we feel about this? Right? So Bob is still like kind of the GM. But the way Doug tells the story is he's on the phone negotiating a high-stakes trade with Lou Lamoriello, and Bob Gainey goes, all right, I'm going for lunch. Have fun. And mid-trade call, walks out of the room, and Doug Armstrong is by himself. So
he basically says, it's your time, kid. Go do your thing.
Kid. I'm sure he was like in his 40s. When this happened, something like that, maybe even 50. But I used to like kind of scoff at these announcements. I thought it was just the old boys club making sure everyone gets a paycheck. No, Marc Bergevin is legitimately going to have influence on the LA Kings based on that story. That's like I always thought Cliff Fletcher was collecting a paycheck from the Toronto Maple Leafs still. I don't know if he's still with the team. But now I'm kind of like, wait a sec, how much influence does this guy really have with the team? And Marc Bergevin, I'm sure, is going to be like, all right, we need to go out and get someone like Philip Deneau. Oh, wait. Oh, no, we're good. Okay, we're good. We're set on that front. Well, we got to at least have another good center with him. Oh, we got Anze Kopitar. I'm intrigued to see what he does with a new team because he's been with the Montreal Canadiens for so long.
CJ on the Chris Johnson show, which you can hear right now if you're listening to this program, he said today that a lot of it probably had to do with, or at least he thinks he's probably just getting out of the Montreal market. You know, you go from Montreal to LA, where it's the number one team, the number one sport, to I think we've had this discussion before a couple months ago, where in LA the Kings rank, I don't know, 8th,
barely register. They do well.
Yeah, they have their core base, but in terms of importance in the LA market as sporting teams, the Kings aren't up there. And for Bergevin, a lot of leaving Montreal had to be that. Just you're sick of it. You were GM for, was it a decade in Montreal? It's over. I'm going to move out of the toughest hockey market on planet Earth and into some cool LA sunbreeze.
You don't realize how different it is till you go there. And and you don't realize how Canada is not the rest of the world. Like, you can go, if you walked into a hat store, like Lids or something like that, you could get any team, any sport you want, basically. Definitely any team for hockey. Any of the 32 teams. A lot of Leafs, all the Canadian teams. They probably sell a bunch of Kraken and Golden Knights because those are still really popular. Bruins because Oshawa. But I went to California, man. They have 3 hats. Ducks, Sharks, Kings. That's it.
I thought you were going to say Lakers, Clippers, Giants, you know?
Yeah, no, that was the rest of the store. So right. It was like, I remember it clear as day. There's the store, the entire store that was the way you described it. And then in a corner, Duck, Sharks, Kings. Do. And I'm like, what's going on? This doesn't look anything like my home that is a 6-hour flight away. I don't understand this. Yeah, guys, what if I want to get a Columbus Blue Jackets hat? Where do I go? What do I do? And it's very different. It's got to be a very different pace, not to mention the weather, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's closer to Alan Walsh. I bet that was a big part of it.
A lot of your career it lends itself to being from here. You know, you're a Toronto Maple Leafs fan.
Yeah.
You did videos on YouTube for over a decade, longer than Marc Bergevin was GM of the Canadiens. And
it's true.
It blows up a large part because you're talking about the most popular team in the most popular market.
Yep.
You know, so there's just a huge difference between Toronto and Montreal and any other place on planet Earth. Even like a place like Vancouver just doesn't have the population that we have. So they just don't have the fans.
There was a dude who we traded videos. So it was in my first year making videos, first or second. I made a video for his channel and he made a video for mine.
What?
I made a video about the Dallas Stars for him. He made a video about the Dallas Cowboys for me because his name was Cowboy TD and he had like a football channel. This was in like 2007 or 2008. And I know he still makes videos, but he did it like casually. If he applied to the Dallas Cowboys the way I apply to the Toronto Maple Leafs, we'd all know his name.
He'd be on ESPN every morning at 10 a.m.
He'd be on ESPN right now and he'd be a multimillionaire.
Oh, yeah.
But I think he ended up working in sports media. I want to see. I don't know. I should really get in touch with him. But yeah, it does situation it used to matter a lot more. I don't think it matters nearly as much now. I mean, I know there's a girl who she makes Leaf videos and she's from Scotland, you know, and there's Mark Rackham who's always been covering the Marlies and he's over in England. You know, it's not the same, but back then, oh my God. If he applied himself to the Dallas Cowboys a decade and a half ago, oh, my heart's sick. My heart's sick for him. He'd have $25 million in the bank right now.